Another day, another night spent at the library by Nick Demetriadis, another Saturday night. The WSU junior displays a fervent work ethic, a trait that stands out to many of his peers.
I would describe Nick as more inquisitive and driven. Those would be the two main things that I would point out with Nick, because I always see him, every time I talk to him, he comes up to me and he's talking about some project that he's working on, or like he'll send me a text like at 2 in the morning of like telling me about something that he just learned from whatever he's working on, or like a picture of a map that he literally like spent weeks laying, like tracing out and like plotting connections between different things from whatever his project is. Like typically it has to do with like economics, like the sources of different products or stuff like that. And so that's what I've always noticed about Nick.
Nick's curious nature is part of what drives his impressive work ethic.
So I think that to rehash that life is really like a puzzle, and it's a really fascinating one. And you know, if someone told me that a few years ago, I would have thought they're they're full of baloney. But you know, once you get a little bit curious and you start reading, you just find out how intricate and wonderful, this world can be, and you just want to learn more and more and more and more. So that's a lot of what drives me.
While Nick's productivity is a quality that most college students want to have, he is well aware of the sacrifices that he needs to make with this kind of lifestyle.
So some of the sacrifice I have to make is, not stopping to smell the roses, and that can be anything from going out with friends on a Friday night, or it could be something on the lines of being able to take a day off or going to see a movie. And it's just an all aspect of life, and I deal with it by just letting what I'm doing just become a part of my life. And I think it's very important to have a good attitude about it, and that's not something you can just do, but if you can make the subject fascinating or what you're doing fun, you'll have a good attitude about it.
Clearly, the sacrifices that Nick has to make are not enough to overshadow his passionate nature.
I would say, the best thing that anybody can do is just follow their passion, as corny as that sounds, because I think too often people feel pressure to be one way or another, and they should just embrace who they are. So I just embrace my curious nature, and it's worked out for me.